For how many times is United going to keep pushing for this deal? Because even for the third time, they've gone ahead to submit a bid worth £55 million with £50 million guaranteed fee and £5 million of add-ons. Chelsea have gone ahead to reject it, and it's a breaking story coming in through from Fabrizio Romano, David Austin, Matlow, Sky Sports, and so much more into the mix. With Mason Mount clinging onto his earlier stand that he's not going to renew his contract at Chelsea. He wants out. Chelsea should let him leave. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on our daily. Now, other stories talk about Andre Onana to United. Looks like United is left only in that race of signing Andre Onana. And lastly, we're going to talk about the plans of renovating the Manchester United Stadium, meaning that a decision has been taken. No more building a new stadium. £1 billion required to renovate the stadium of Man United and maybe expand its capacity to 100,000 seater. So let's see close to 300 likes. Smash on this video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. How do we subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Fabrizio Romano was the first to let this story out this time around on the rejection of the third bid of Man United, and he said, understand Chelsea have just rejected Manchester United third bid for Mason Mount. It hasn't met Chelsea valuation as Chelsea counter offer is 58 plus £7 million to get it done. Chelsea have now offered to meet in person to resolve in everyone's interests. More to follow. So it looks like Chelsea are wanting to meet United personally to get this over the line, and I think it's really going to be so much interesting that we see the results and what the outcome is going to be. David Austin followed up with his tweet and said, Chelsea reject third Man United bid for Mason Mount, 50 plus £5 million. Chelsea make counter proposal of 58 plus £7 million and offer to meet Man United to find amicable solution. There is hope of quicker resolution. So 24-year-old does not miss pre-season plus start of new campaign. That is coming in from David Austin. Now, when you look at what Chelsea is really wanting, they've shifted from £75 million to £65 million. So I don't really understand why United should keep themselves into negotiations with Chelsea. Pull out, and move to an next player. Chelsea will come knocking on your door, telling you that, please get us the £55 million for Mason Mount. I understand even if it was £50 million, they would have gone ahead to get that amount of money because teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, we are told by Mason Mount, I don't want to come that side. And it looks like he is a more prolific player that we're looking at. You know, the way we are chasing at Mason Mount is very, very, very annoying for the club of Manchester United's caliber. You know, if you're chasing for Kylian Mbappe, you know, like that, you are making 4 bids. We'll understand that he's one of the best players in the world. But we are onto a mediocre player and we are spending all that time on him. Now, if you're spending close to a month on the deal of Mason Mount, you know, how is it going to be when he is going in for Hurricane? Won't we negotiate that deal for July and August? 60 days? Because this is a more simpler deal to do, but United don't have the nerves to walk away from this deal. That is the worst bit of it from the club of Man United. How can Chelsea call in for £65 million for Mason Mount? That £58 million up front plus £7 million of add-ons. Where in the world can you pay that amount of money for a player like Mason Mount? Is it because he holds an English passport? If I'm Man United, I just run to Brighton, tell them I have £80 million up front, get me Caicedo. Add-ons will work on those. So you can't pay £65 million for Mason Mount, yet you can add £20 million and get the deal of Caicedo over the line. When Caicedo comes in through to play in that double pivot, he comes in through and obviously do the role of Casemiro. That is what I would have gone ahead to do if I told Man United, because Chelsea also want Caicedo, and we are offering Champions League to Moise Caicedo, and trust me, Caicedo is open to go to any team provided it gives him the best offer that he deserves. And I mean, we are doing the worst for this club, and if at all we accept that bid of Chelsea, we are going to be stupid again. We are going to be ransomed. That's it. 55 million pounds even for the third bid are unrealistic for Mason Mount. Mason Mount is a 40 million pound player. That is it. I've always come back and reiterated my words that why would Chelsea sell a player who had 2 years on his contract for 67 million pounds? That is Mason Mount to Arsenal, and they are trying to sell to us a player who is less talented than Mason Mount, who is less talented than Kai Havertz, at almost the same price, yet Mason Mount is having 1 year left on his contract. And to show you that it's we United who are really not doing our job, look at what Mason Mount has gone ahead to tell Chelsea. This is what Mount has gone ahead to tell Chelsea. He has told them that he's not signing a new deal at Chelsea at this stage, no intention to extend. He wants Manchester United move as priority. Chelsea want to meet United in person to find a solution and get the deal done next week. So, Chelsea are feeling the fire. I think they are playing the L game on the other side, trying to convince Mason Mount that, please, can you really get yourself onto our contract and put pen to paper? And the players told them, no, I'm not going to do that because my intentions are not to stay at Chelsea because the club is messed up. But I'm also asking myself, isn't he coming up to a club that is messed up by the Glazers? Unless otherwise they sell it to Sheikh Jassim Al Thani. But we are also in a very huge mess at the club of Manchester United. And the board is trying to do everything to land an English player because Erik ten Hag's priority in this position was Orkun Kokchu, and he could go for like 40 million euros. That is it. Even if it was 50 million euros, that is like 42 million pounds. Very cheap player, but more talented than Mason Mount. He gets us more than what Mason Mount is going to get us. So the board is just trying to do everything to get what Ten Hag wants because they offered him Mason Mount over Orkun Kokchu, and they let Orkun Kokchu go to Benfica. And as it stands, it is really weird that we are into these conversations of even paying 65 million pounds, yet there was an option that we could get at 25 or 30 million pounds less. So that is very weird for me and the fans of Man United, but the bid has been rejected and it's nowhere near acceptancy. But it looks like there is green light that next week the deal is going to get done and dusted. And this is what United typically does. They obviously know to really keep us on these tenterhooks and obviously just milk out. They just milk out all the happiness out of the transfer because they don't do quick transfers. Look at Arsenal. In a space of 1 week, they've gone ahead to get the deal of Kai Havertz over the line. They're going in for Declan Rice, and I think by next week that deal is going to be done. They're in for Julian Timber, preparing a second bid because the first bid of 30 million euros has been rejected or was rejected by Ajax. They're in for Julian Timber. Looks like personal terms have gone ahead to be agreed. So, as it stands, it shows the incompetence at Man United. And this is why I go ahead and obviously recommend what Sheikh Jassim went ahead and said, that he's going to give all the staff at Man United 100 days and he's going to assess them, and that's when he's going to start moving on. Whoever is incapable is going to be thrown under the bus. That is coming in from Sheikh Jassim Al Thani. But the gist of the story is Mason Mount, third bid, has been rejected by Chelsea, and Chelsea have gone ahead to call up for more money. They want more 10 million pounds added in that deal. That is 58 million pounds plus 60. They want 58 million pounds plus 7 million pounds of add-ons. Now, leaving that at that, let's do this. Andre Onana. Now, Liza Kinsella, Chelsea correspondent for Standard Sport, has told us that Manchester United target Andre Onana, but have cooled interest. That Chelsea were interested in Manchester United target Chelsea were interested in Manchester United target Andre Onana, but have cooled interest due to Mauricio Pochettino's willingness to work with Kepa Arrizabalaga as his number one option. That is Ninza Kinsella. But I really understand why Chelsea pulled out, because I think the moment Andre Onana and his agent heard that United is coming in, and obviously you cannot compete with a team that is playing Champions League football, and it's Manchester United. So at that juncture, Chelsea got to know that things are not good, and that's why they pulled out of the deal of Andre Onana. And you cannot tell me that they had decided to go in for Andre Onana at first, and they've gone ahead to turn heel, that the manager is willing to work with Kepa Arrizabalaga. That's out. That's out. The fact is, they wanted Andre Onana. They wanted him, but because United came in through and obviously started to talk to the agent, and I think the agent told them that with United talking to us, we are not willing to come to you. And Chelsea are doing this all in the name of defending the name of their club. Like they never lost a deal to Manchester United. You know, in these deals, obviously you have to go ahead and really count. You know, you have to weigh up the situations and see how are you going to really get out of this deal. So if the player is leaning so much on the other side, you just have to pull out, right? But for the side of Manchester United, I like Andre Onana. I like him, and him being African, I would like to see him as one of the first African players to thrive at Man United. That is my will for Andre Onana as far as it stands. But he's a very good goalkeeper, and they are calling in for 50 million euros. That is like 42 million pounds. To get him at that amount of money, it's not all that much, according to me, as far as the goalkeeping department is concerned, and according to the viral budget of Manchester United, because we are really having a very bad situation at Man United where we might start a pre-season without our first choice goalkeeper if at all Andre Onana doesn't sign, or David De Gea signs a contract at Man United. So the situation is really so much chaotic, and I think lots of things are really perturbing the head of Erik ten Hag, and wherever he is, looks like he's pissed off according to how this deal is being executed by the board of Manchester United, as he wants these signings early enough, and the takeover situation is really acting as a huge blocking factor for United to get in their favorite players as they wanted. Now, after that, let's discuss about this new plan drawn by the existing plan. Drawn by the it has been drawn by the existing board of Man United, and I think who is going to put it into implementation, it's going to be the new owners of the club. Samuel Lucas, United correspondent for the Manchester Evening News, telling us that Maris Interiors are understood to have secured a contract to modernize the workspaces at Old Trafford, but the agreement will only be sanctioned once there is clarity over Manchester United ownership. Now, look at the workspaces of Manchester United. I think they need improvement. Clubs have moved on to the next level, and for us, we are just here trying to really be backwards because the facilities are really old, as it has been revealed by Cristiano Ronaldo. Because when you look at other teams like Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, West Ham, they're having improved infrastructures and facilities. But when you look at the facilities of Manchester United, obviously they're really alarming, and you see them. Look at that. How come that is really the working facility or the workspaces at Manchester United? They need to be improved and taken to the next level. You know, look at the screen, you know. So these things should totally change, and this is why the Glazers are so manipulative to an extent that even simple things like this, they couldn't invest money to really get themselves done. And you can't tell me that to improve this facility, it's more than £500,000, right? Yet he used £750,000 to travel to Wembley thrice. Each trip costed £250,000. That amount of money would have gone ahead and really improved this facility. So let's wait and see how that happens. That shows you that everything depends onto the new owner of the club of Manchester United. So guys, your thoughts onto third Mason Greenwood bid rejected? Welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Andre Onana? Looks like United are in this solely to get it done and over the line. And tell me what you make about the new company that have gone ahead to win the tender to really refurbish the working spaces at Old Trafford. I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. My Muslim friends, viewers, and subscribers, I really hold you in high esteem, and may Allah grant you exactly what you guys deserve and you're begging for. I'm out.